Hello everybody. My voice my voice sounds really bad right now because I've literally had some weird virus for the past week and a half. I've had barely any voice, if not none, and this is the only day I've had where my voice actually is somewhat there. So we're just gonna ignore that and we're gonna go into the point of this video. So today I need to stop clapping because I keep clapping in my videos and I hear how awful it sounds, and then I'm like, fuck Vivian, like why are you not learning? I want to notice how I finger wagged instead of clapped. We need to pick a different option, Vivian. So today I want to talk about some products that I've been trying within this past month, and a few items that I've had for a little bit longer that I've been trying out, and just telling you guys some stuff of just basically telling you the things that I've liked so far and the things I've not liked. So first off, I've been kind of restricting how much makeup I've been buying lately because it's a lot. It's a lot of money. I had a reality check come December how much money I've estimated that I've put in, and I can't be doing that. I mean, I love it, but at the same time I feel like I'm at a point where my makeup collection is so unreasonably large that I should start buying things now that only will enhance my collection rather than buying things just because or because they're new and stuff like that. So some of this isn't necessarily new, but it's what I've tried, and we're going to talk about it. But I do want to say thank you so much for clicking on my video, because I know you didn't have to, and somehow my video seemed interesting enough for you to click on it, and I appreciate that. I hope you stay. So did you see that? It was a quiet clap. It was a quiet one. We're getting somewhere. I hope you stay and watch. If not, I understand. But let's go ahead and get into the video. I want to bring up this one product. I do not have it with me, and the reason why is because I returned it. So the first item I want to say that was a dislike of mine was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, the dewy one. So I bought it because it said dewy, and if y'all can't tell, I love a good dew. I love dewy bases, dewy foundations, and I also have hella dry skin, so you tell me dewy, I want it. So I went and bought it. They did put a fragrance in there so it doesn't smell like paint thinner, but I don't know what it was. It felt thinner, like the coverage was a lot thinner. The fragrance was okay. I didn't mind it, but I feel like some people might not like it. And then also I think it broke me out because of the fragrance. I have sensitive skin, so I have to be really, really careful with fragrances. I don't know what it is, man. Fragrances do not like me. Like, they're always out to get me. We must have some kind of beef I'm not aware of, because they always hate me. So anyway, I gave that a try, and I just felt like it fell into my fine lines a little bit more. And if you're new here, I have fine lines right here in this specific smile line, and then my under eyes especially. And I can tell whenever something is like really not gonna work for me by about the first or second try I give it. And I didn't even give it a second try. I actually didn't even reach for it again. So for me, that was kind of just showing that like, it's gotta go. Like, I love the Wet n Wild Photo Focus, the first one. I like it a lot, but I don't know, man, it was not that great. Now this is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation, and I have the shade Ivory. Let me tell y'all something. I love this foundation. It's so nice. I bought it because I saw, like, you know, it's directed toward women with mature skin, but that doesn't mean like I can't use it. The reason why it seemed more appealing to me is because it seemed like it was like a thinner consistency. It was supposed to just kind of even out your skin, not necessarily give you like full coverage, which I'm not really about that lately. And also it said it would like not sink into your fine lines, because, you know, people with more mature skin, they have a little bit more of that going on than someone my age. So, you know, this is what was interesting to me, because I really wanted to see, is this gonna settle in my smile line right here? It's just, I don't know what it is, it just automatically will fall right in it. So I got this. Now, I will say one thing, the lightest shade is 10 Ivory, and it's dark compared to me. Like, it's a tad dark. I don't really like it. I usually wear like a turtleneck with it or something, and I'll bring it down my neck, but I'll use some powder, which I'll talk about later, that I use to help kind of lighten it up. But this is like, if you look at it, it's darker than me. Like, the shade is probably the only thing I have really a problem with, but I really love this. And I like to use this brush right here, the Sephora foundation brush, and it's like kind of like a little paw, like, you know. And I use this to apply this, and it gives me some more coverage. If you were to use this with a sponge, I'll tell you right now, it's going to come a lot sheerer. And that's with anything with a sponge. You're going to get like a lower coverage with a sponge compared to a brush. But I use that brush because I like how dense it is, and it helps kind of just buff the product in. So this is just beautiful. I love this a lot. I wear it a lot. I really like this specific one. It is the Superstay Matte Ink Lip by Maybelline. This is the shade Groundbreaker. It is the most beautiful red. I don't know what it is. It's like this red with a tinge of orange in it, because I'm more so like an orangey red kind of gal, versus like a red blue kind of chick, you know. So I really love this. If it stays on really well, every time I wear it, people give me compliments. It's so pretty. It makes my teeth look good. I'm gonna tell you right now, I need to whiten my teeth because they are not white. Okay, such a beautiful shade. It wears really well, and honestly, these are really comfortable to me. I don't know why. Don't ask me, but they're really comfortable, and I like it because it's like a drugstore red lip. I feel like you can't go wrong with, and for it to look as good as it does on me when I have fair skin, I can't wait to see what it looks like when I have tan skin. I also did buy another shade in it. It's back here. This one is called Seductress. Let me just swatch them. Why don't I do that? Like, that's kind of the... Come on, Vivian, be more helpful. So here they are. Am I really that pale? Okay. Anyway, you see how pretty this red is? Like, oh god, it's gorgeous. And then this is Seductress, which is like a more neutrally brown, nudie shade. Like, I can't wait to wear this when I'm tan because it's gonna look so good. But like, it would look really good now. I got a bone to pick though with Maybelline at the same time, because these two lip glosses I do not like, okay? These are the Maybelline, I think they're like a collaboration with somebody. Sam McKean, I'm not sure. I don't really know who that is, but I bought these two because I thought these were really pretty. Like, this is this really like nudie, like dead nudie shade, which I love, and it's got like some silvery gold glitters going through it. And then this pink one is like more of a cool tone pink with like some silvery glitter going through it too. I don't like these, okay? I feel like, yeah, they go on patchy because whenever I go to put these on, I'll put it on top of something, but I feel like I have to build it up a little bit to get it to the way I want it to look. Like, I wish it had more opacity in it, and these don't. So then you put so much on, it just feels really gross. I don't like it. So sadly, Maybelline knocked it out of the park with those two, but these two I don't like. These are the shades Barefoot and Tan Line, and I'm not a huge fan of them. Oh, by the way, if you're curious of what I'm wearing right now, it's by GLF Cosmetics. It's the shade MX. I think it's Mexico or something like that. But on here it says MX number 5. It's so pretty. I really love it. I love this shade. I actually just got a dress today that like is similar to this color, so best believe we'll wear them together. I'm annoying. Okay, so another favorite I've already mentioned is this brush right here. This is by Sephora. I love this brush. I don't know what it is, but I don't touch any of my other brushes anymore. I used to use like, I'm looking over here because this is where my brushes are. But like, I would use this old Morphe brush that I've had for like the longest freaking time because it was like one of the first brush sets wow, why is that so hard? That I used, and then, you know, watching Scott Barnes and, you know, on Tati's channel, he would use like the paintbrush one, so I started using this, but this has replaced that for me for sure. I love this brush so much. For some reason, it's really hard for me to find these at Sephora because I was going to buy one for my mom and I ended up buying the wrong one. There's a flat top one and that one's good, but I like this one better. I feel like it's more dense and it just does better buffing rather than the flat one. So if you like the flat one, let me know because I probably should try it a little more, but I'm really biased to this and I really love this brush. So if you find this, I would recommend it. It's like, I think $14 or so. I can't remember. They kind of like have deals sometimes on their brushes and I really like this brush. So if you're looking for a foundation brush, maybe try this out, but like remember, you can return it. Like don't feel bad on returning stuff because I used to feel guilty and I would keep shit that I didn't end up using anymore because I didn't like it and it's just sitting here and I ended up just decluttering it because it fucking went to waste. So it's like, just return it. If you're not going to use it, return it, get your money back or exchange it, do something, okay? Okay, so since we're on the topic of Sephora, I have this thing called a gel serum concealer and I actually did really good and guessed my shade. I used the shade Buttercream by them and I had seen this a while ago and I was curious, like, does it really work? Is it good? You know, so I ended up finally like caving in and actually like buying it. I was really curious. I watched this one girl on YouTube and she was using it in a tutorial and I was like, ooh, she used it, and you know, I haven't really heard anybody talk about this, so I'm curious. And so I ended up asking her, what do you think of it? And she really liked it. She liked the consistency and stuff like that, and she said like she liked the way it like felt under her eyes and the way it set in her under her eyes. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. So I picked this one up. Great shade match. If you're my shade, which I will give another reference, is the L'Oreal Fresh Wear. I'm shade 400, point blank period, basically. Or I'm the shade Porcelain in Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is a really good like match. Like, it's a beautiful match. If anything, I didn't even set my under eyes today. I could put a little bit on to show you guys. And I use very little, but I do have the Pat McGrath on right now. But like, see how, like, in the camera it looks paler than it really is, but this concealer literally is my shade. So, just to show you, actually I needed a little more coverage, didn't I? I got some damn dark ass circles under my eye. Okay. Anyway, so this is a really nice consistency. I like how light it is. It's not a thick one at all. It is a gel serum. It's weird. Like, when you see gel, I think of gel like hair gel. Like that. And that's thick to me. So I kind of am like, what the heck? But this is actually a really nice consistency. It's not thick. It's not thin. It feels really nice. I think you guys might like it. And honestly, it sets really well under the eyes. And I have very like wrinkly under eyes. So I feel like it's worth a try to go and see if it works as well for you. Especially if you don't want to buy something as expensive as the Pat McGrath Labs concealer. Which is my segue. Was it a good one? No. So anyway, I am in the shade L2 in this, which is a very good shade match for me as a update. If anyone was curious to see if that really is my shade, it is. I really like this. It's my first ever like expensive brand makeup purchase, along with my first Pat McGrath product. And I like this a lot. It's very luxe, I'll tell you that right now. I like this one a lot, and I like this one a lot. I feel like if you don't want to necessarily get this, try this. They're not like the similar consistencies or anything, but I feel like the coverage is about the same and they both did really well under my eyes. But anyway, I really like this. I think it's good, and I use a very small amount. That's the one thing I've just kind of come to the conclusion of, the way my makeup preferences have gone. You really don't need a whole lot of that concealer. Like I said in my video, if you haven't seen it, maybe I'll like try to link it up here or wherever they put it. Anyway, I'm not that good at this. But I think it's a really lovely concealer. I think it does really well. A little bit goes a long way. It's nice under the eyes. The shade was really well for me. And mine was supposedly a more peachy undertone. So it did kind of help with my dark circles. Although I still use a peach corrector. I use this one right now. Ow. Hit my elbow. I still use the LA Girl peach corrector. And this is pretty dark for me, but using a very, very small amount, I will use this under my eyes to help correct the dark circles and then go on with Pat McGrath, and I feel like it looks a lot better. I just like to usually do that, especially if they're bad. And I feel like you really can build the coverage up with both of those concealers, but for me, since I like something like this, rather than a super full coverage like wow. Oh my god, bro, what's happening to me? Okay, for example, Catrice. This foundation right here is pretty full coverage. That foundation right here is not. It's kind of like my cushion foundation from Wet n Wild. I like those kind of, you know, I like that kind of coverage. So I feel like those concealers go really well because I don't expect them to fully cover my under eyes, because I feel like it would look really unnatural and off if I had really full coverage under eyes and then this like medium coverage, light coverage foundation. But you can make these full coverage. I just use less product, and I feel like it also does really well with not like settling into my lines under my eyes because I use a little less product. So I want to talk about the Maybelline Fit Me. This has been around for a while. This is not brand new, but the shade is new to me. I have the shade Fair Light 10 right here, and as you can tell, very big difference in the skin color tone. I liked this, but I couldn't use it because it was making my foundation darker than I needed it to, because look how fair I am, and then this makes it more yellowy and darker. So I wouldn't use this under my eyes, even though everyone was like, oh my god, it's so good under the eyes. I'm like, well, I can't use it. So this has helped me out with this. I like this shade a lot. Fair is pretty damn fair. It does really well. I like it a lot. This is the powder I was telling you about that I use with this foundation, because since this is a little bit darker, I've noticed if I take this and I set, you know, like my cheek area or just set my face with this powder, it lightens it up to where it looks like my shade. The Revlon So Fierce mascara. So I've heard a few things. People like it. I think the Taylor likes it, or she uses it as a combo, like a lash combo. Honestly, I don't like it. I really don't. I tried it because I thought it was going to be like this really cool, like voluminous and long, and it looks good. I'll give it that. Like the picture, I still have the little cartridge. Like the picture on here, like the before and after, is accurate. Like my lashes did look like that. The thing I have a problem with is that it flakes like crazy. I don't know what it is, but I've noticed, because I'll see the little black specks under here on my bags. I'm kind of like, what's that doing there? My camera cut me off when I was getting a little passionate, probably for the best. I don't know if I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's talk about this product right here. Like, this is the most BS, like, useless thing I think I've ever gotten. Well, no, I've gotten some useless shit in my boxies before, but this is on the, this is probably like number 3 on the list of like the worst items I've gotten in my BoxyCharm, and I'm pissed that I even got it. So that's this Too Faced Diamond Light thing, and it's like in this bougie ass ridiculous like packaging where it's like all this. Why? I don't know. And I got the shade Fancy Pink Diamond, which, first of all, when am I ever going to wear this? Second of all, it's really shitty, honestly. Like, I get it, they're trying to make it look like a little jewelry box. Like, they spent more money, I swear to you, on the packaging than they did on the actual product. And that's what is annoying the most to me, because when I swatch it, it's like really powdery. It just looks really ashy. And then you go and wipe it on your hand just to see like how it looks. It looks like shit. Like, it looks horrible. I don't like it. It like gives a weird cast. It's like, it's not flattering. I don't know who this would look good on, honestly. Like, I feel like on a deeper skin tone, it would just have a weird gray cast on it. Like, look, you can see that on me. That's gonna pop up on somebody else, and I can't use it. And it's just, it's stupid. It's stupid. And like, there's this little button that doesn't do anything. Like, I don't mean to go that hard onto this, but this is literally bullshit. And I remember this because I feel like there were people who had gotten this before they were in the BoxyCharm, or they announced it was in the BoxyCharm, and people got in like PR or something. They didn't like it either. So I was just kind of like, ah, hell, like, I'm getting this in my box. I was like, I already know I'm not going to like it. And I don't like it. So I'm going to put these two together because I made a video with these two together. So that is the Bare Necessities palette along with the brush set. Let me tell you something. This brush set, I love it. I love this brush set. I haven't used all of them, mostly because I forgot they were in there. So I was trying to keep it organized and have all of my ColourPop brushes in this thing at all times. And you can tell the ones I haven't used because they have the plastic still on them. This one I did try. I did try these two, but like once. But I totally forgot there's like this really good little blender brush I haven't even tried yet. And other than that though, I've tried all of these in that set. And I love them. I really, really do. I love the blender brushes, especially. Like this one, the E15. It's a huge ass fluffy blending brush and I love it. I love the E16 brush. Is probably number 2. And then number 3 I feel like is such a great brush is the E19. It's really tiny, really, really great for the outer part to like blend but really focus stuff in. I love those brushes. I don't know what it is. I think they're great. I think this is a great little bundle to give to somebody, and the reason why I feel that way is because I feel like with brush sets, they give you more so a bunch of face brushes that you don't necessarily need, when really like you need more eye brushes. You need more variety when it comes to eye brushes, different sizes, different shapes and stuff like that, because everyone's got different eyelids and, you know, eye shapes, and I feel like this just did a really good job with that. So I love this, and I really like the package, like the little rolly thing it comes in. I really like it. I don't travel, or I haven't traveled like in a very long time, so if I travel though, I know I would definitely just wrap these up and go on my way. Like, I don't need any other brushes, honestly. Those would be the brushes I would pack, along with my Sephora brush I just talked about. Now, the Bare Necessities palette, I like it. I'm not in love with it. It's not necessarily like everything I thought it was going to be. In the pictures, I thought this upper row right here were going to be a lot grayer than they actually are. Overall, do I think this is a very neutral palette? Yes and no, in a way. For me, I assumed this palette, by looking at the pictures, was going to be a more cool toned and neutral palette, on the cooler side. This is still warm, and I feel like that's still a good palette. Like, this is a good palette for people to start off with. I really believe that, especially if you're into neutrals, because the warm tones are more so what people would go for, and like they feel more comfortable dipping their toe into that than like cooler tones. So I'm kind of sad because I really wanted these to be more cool toned than they really are, but it's a good palette. The shimmers are really nice. Well, the majority of them. Yeah. I don't like these little sequin shades. They just don't do anything for me. Like Dutch Process, Spree, those two shades are like probably You know what? No. Cufflinks is my least favorite. Spree is my second least favorite. And then Dutch Process is my third least favorite. And like Complicated is the other shimmer. It's okay. And like Tease Me, that one's okay. I've done that one before. And I just kind of dust it on my eyelid and call it a day. But like the shimmer doesn't stay there. The sequin effect does not stay. It's not impressive. I don't like it. But Silk Teddy, man, that thing should just be a single eyeshadow and you should be able to just buy that as itself. That's a beautiful shade. Pretty ass shade. I can't talk about it enough. But that one's really good. And I want to say Fuzzy. Fuzzy's really good. I feel like those are the stars out of the palette. But other than that, I think it's a good palette. It's just not my fave. I'm just going to briefly talk about this. But this is the Iconic London Water Mist Original. And it's like a really glowy like spray. It's really pretty. But I love this. I actually really love it. I love the scent of it. I love the glow it gives. That's what I sprayed on my face today. Can't really tell, but it's really pretty and makes a really nice glowy look, especially when you use a really nice glowy foundation. Can I say really nice one more time? Okay, anyway. It's a really nice one. Oh my god, stop. So I got 2 shades of MAC lipsticks. I got the shade Honey Love and Love You Back. Honey Love is a really pretty shade. It's like a warmer, like nudie shade. But the shade I'm really digging right now is Love You Back. Now, Love You Back is this really pretty, like, cool toned nude brown shade. And I'm obsessed with it. Let me swatch it on my hand. Like, it's the prettiest nude. It's like that nude I always see a bunch of, like, influencers have. And, like, they make beautiful looks with it. But I could never find it for myself. But I really love this shade, and I love pairing it with, where is it? I'm gonna put y'all on a lip combo real quick, okay? So this is the lip liner Keep It Spicy by LA Girl. It's a look, okay? I'm gonna take this lip gloss off real quick, and I'm gonna put this on. Look at this. Is this not pretty? Like, oh, I love it. I love this shade. It just looks so good, and I feel like it makes my teeth look even whiter, and it's just, oh. I love this lip combo. It's my new favorite. I've been wearing it literally like almost every time I'm not at work. Alright, you guys. My throat hurts and we finished. That is my likes and dislikes of this month and past month because I am bad at making things that are monthly. I find these videos honestly really interesting and I like to see what people are trying at the moment and everything. So I hope that this was helpful. Maybe I was talking about a product that you like, or I just introduced you to something new. I don't know. But, you know, thank you so much for watching this video. I know you didn't have to, and if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Because I know it can be pretty boring, so the fact that you made it this far is deeply appreciated. But yeah, those are all the products I've really tried that I wanted to give you guys an update on. I'll try to make another one of this like next month. Or the end of this month, if I can remember. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!